Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
It is two teams on two ends of the MASL table as Milwaukee travels to a snow-capped Central New York to take on the Utica City FC side that sits 8th in the MASL. Hello and welcome inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Arnav Pokrell with you, and today it is a battle of wits because this is a Milwaukee team that got even better a couple of weeks ago with the addition of Mike Da Silva. 4 games played this season. He's tacked on 1 assist. A versatile forward formerly with Harrisburg, adds a lot of dynamic play to this Milwaukee offense. And Milwaukee is still a star-studded team, even with some injuries to key players such as Breno Oliveira and Ian Bennett. They have a star in the making in Alex Sanchez and Mario Alvarez. Listen, Sanchez had 6 points in his last game at 7-6 overtime victory over the St. Louis Ambush. 5 goals, including the game winner, and an assist. Whereas Utica is struggling for offensive options. Who steps up when Sergio Pinal can't get going? And when Junior can't get going and Shalier can't get going, who's next up for this Utica team? The last time these two teams met right here in the Adirondack Bank Center, it was an MASL Classic. Milwaukee led 6-1 at one point in the third quarter before Utica scored 5 unanswered goals. Tyson Santos tied the game in the final 2 minutes, and we had an overtime game which saw Gio Alves score a shorthanded overtime game winner to give Utica their first win of the season. It all comes to play inside the Adirondack Bank Center in just a few moments on MASL TV. We'll have kickoff after the break when we return. Welcome inside the booth here at the Adirondack Bank Center as we're getting set for kickoff between Utica City FC and the Milwaukee Wave. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnav Pokrell. Greg, these two teams have played just once before this season. As you get a look at number 3, Gordy Gerson for Utica City FC, his 200th career regular season game. I mean, Gordy's a guy that just brings experience to this Utica side, Greg.
Absolutely. Big day for him. 12 years in the league. He's a true veteran of the MSL. He's bringing leadership and experience to this team. And, you know, he's been MVP in 22-23 for Utica City, so he's someone that carries a lot of weight on this team, and it's going to be a big day for him. Let's see if he carries out.
Gordy Gerson in his 200th career regular season game. Of course, he's eclipsed that with his playoff appearances, but 200 in the regular season is no easy feat, and in 12 years in the league, he's got there and made it happen. You get a look at Juan Alava at center field. He's got the captain's armband for Utica. He's been the de facto captain as Utica deals with an injury to Logan Roberts. The defenseman has been out for a while. He's only played 2 games this year, dealing with an ankle injury. And injuries are something this Utica team has dealt with all season long. Right now, missing about 5 players, all of them with ankle injuries or lower body injuries. Just trying to get back and get healthy and build on, trying to get out of last place in the MASL.
Absolutely. Momentum. Yep. Momentum is so important on this team, and Utica is a team that's been building on that momentum game after game, pushing late in games to try to come back and tie the game for the team.
We spoke with head coach Everton Moreira before the game. He said he needs this team to start quickly because Milwaukee, when they take control of a game, we saw it right here in the Adirondack Bank Center before the turn of the new year. They can get out to a pretty early lead and control games. Utica came back, tied it up, scored an overtime winner shorthanded off the foot of Gio Alves. Let's take a look at your starting lineups today. It's starting with the home side, Utica City FC. In goal is Brian Wilkin. In front of him in defense, Juan Alava alongside Willie Spur and Gio Alves. Gordy Gerson, Junior Pinal, the 2 up top and target men for Milwaukee. Willie B goes in net. William Banahene returns after starting that second game against St. Louis. He didn't finish that game, though. Perez did. Alvarez, De Silva, Steinwasser, Sanchez, and Hain round out the starting field players for Milwaukee. Wave second in the MASL, Utica last, and we're underway in the Adirondack Bank Center. And right away, Utica down to the corner, intended for Spur. Shielded back into the hands of Willie B. And the Wave netminder holds on, looking to go long. Early on, we'll see Utica step high and press. Utica wants to score the first goal in the game. That was one of the keys for Everton Moreira. And immediately a chance the other way for Milwaukee. Alvarez. Held back in by the Wave, and it'll reset with Steinwasser.
Milwaukee, remember, second best scoring team in the league. Utica have got to make sure they stay compact defensive and don't let anything in. And
right away, it's scored in by Azqueta. A layoff to the top of the box. And Sean Azqueta fires in the first 50 seconds to give the Wave a 1-0 lead. Great turn by Andre Hain. Azqueta in the right place at the right time. No one tracking for Utica at the top of the box.
Tough start for Utica. Pressuring high, but then getting caught off, and now they're 1 down.
Shalier on the field to get Utica underway. He stepped up his play as of late. 10 goals in 10 games played for UCFC's Cuban striker Barbaro Shalier. Work down to the corner. Shalier's the intended target. He'll swivel and have it blocked away by Milwaukee. So Sean Azqueta got the scoring started within 42 seconds. And Wilkin goes long. It settles with Manny Silva. Mershad Ahmadi on the ground. He gets it away to Kyle Genrich. Up ahead to Shalier. Shalier rides the boards off the hands of Willie B. Genrich goes down. No call there. Kyle Genrich wanted a foul on Willie B. Won't get it.
Seems like there was a push there.
We'll turn back around. Oscar Flores through contact. And right away, turning is Azqueta, first goal scorer of the game for Milwaukee. Moving up ahead, and off the boards into the hands of Brian Wilkin. Wilkin in the game against Tacoma. 9 saves, 8 goals allowed. As Tavares settles for Utica City. Belliard through pressure. Wilkin
big pressure.
Has to get it away and does.
Composed. Well done.
Belliard with speed up ahead. Missed the pass off the boards, but he will win it back for Utica. Battling with Tavares. Orozco on the turn.
3-on-2.
Ricky Orozco will go off the boards. Howard Miller resets for Utica. Teixeira with a little bit of space. Instead, he'll lay it back for Alava. Worked out wide. Miller picked up an assist in his Utica debut. Been in the MASL, in and out of teams since 2018 when he started with St. Louis. Here's Miller again. Worked out wide. Off the boards intended for Miller. Alava playing much higher than his usual defensive position. Wins it back.
Keep going. Ooh.
Off the boards again. Orozco. Orozco will fire off the boards. Loose in front and scored. It is Juan Alava, his first goal at home this season. And Utica tie it up 1-1.
Great response from Utica. Great response. 50 seconds into the game going down, not putting their head down and staying focused. Good possession play. And that's what you get when you put pressure on this Milwaukee team. 1-1.
Orozco found a ball off the boards out wide. And right there off the thigh of Juan Alava. All he had to do was tap it in.
Yeah, he'll take it. First goal, important for him.
Scored 2 in the away match against Baltimore, but was waiting for that first home goal. He gets it to tie things up at 1-1. So Milwaukee, after leading in the first 50 seconds of the game, is back tied at 1 apiece. Worked out wide, Milwaukee have numbers. Alves tripped up on the way through. Gerson will play it out wide. Now Utica can transition the other way with Pinal. Junior Pinal will lay it out wide. Here's Alves. Alves off the boards, and again, Gerson goes down in the box. Wants the call, he won't get it. May have gone down a little too easy there. And we'll head out wide, 11 minutes to go in the first. Kyle Genrich gets us started again. 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Andre Hain. Kyle Genrich will control it back into the defensive zone. Pressure from Alex Steinwasser. Genrich.
Great move to get around him. Beautiful skill right there.
Fancy feet. Gets it out to Belliard. Here's Amati.
That's the composure the coach was talking about. Working it out the back because this Milwaukee team is going to pressure. But if Utica can hold their shape, that's exactly how they're going to get out of here.
Amati. Teixeira can rip from distance, but it's high and out of play.
Good build-up, though. This is promising for Utica in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Willie B will get things reset. Here is Mike Da Silva. Played now in 4 games for Milwaukee. Pass up ahead. Chipped over Wilkin, but it's high. Good work from Oscar Flores. Now Utica on the break the other way. Alava just has to roll it down the field. Willie B will step out. Advances past the yellow line, looking for the corner. Instead, worked all the way back to the defensive line for Milwaukee. Here's Ludwig dancing through. Ludwig will cross halfway and reset. Milwaukee with possession. Tied game at 1-1 after Juan Alava equalized. Still Milwaukee looking for the corner. It is Hain, pressured.
And big defensive win from him. Strong on his heels.
Alava got clipped. And Wilkin plays it up off the boards. A little bit of a pull from Barbaro Shalier. He can't believe it. But the call goes the way of the visiting Milwaukee Wave, who are led by Marcio Leite, his first season as a head coach for this Wave side after playing for the Wave since the MISL back in 2006. Here's Toy Tavares for Utica. Leite was a player/coach the past couple of years as he transitioned into stepping in for Giuliano Oliveira, who's up coaching with Rally Madison FC of the USLW League now in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, great turn and great use of the wall right there.
Chance to break away. And there's a sliding effort. Wilkin got a hand to it.
Incredible save, Wilkin.
And we'll call it out of play.
Wow.
We'll get another look at it on the replay here. Howard Miller tracks all the way back. A little slide challenge to force an awkward shot, and then Wilkin has to make a point-blank save.
Just enough. Doesn't touch the ball, but that's all that matters. Gets him off balance and forces a great save on Wilkin.
Alvarez will set up. Mario Alvarez. Roll it back to Hain. Worked across, fired wide by Milwaukee. Still in for the Wave. Andre Hain resets. 8.5 minutes to go in the first. Ball loose in the box. And gathered by Wanalava. Awkward pass back. This one loose in front. Saved off the line. Diving effort by Ricky Orozco.
Utica Hank.
Still loose, and they're scored by Flores. It took a couple of chances, and somehow Milwaukee, after being denied at the doorstep, finds a goal for 2-1.
Well, you know, Arnav, ever since Alava tied the game up around the 11th minute, Milwaukee have had a spell of 3-4 minutes where they've been camping in the Utica half, and that has had an effect on the team. They're under pressure, and there's the example right there.
So the goal for Flores. He scored the last time these two teams met in late December as well. And the Wave, after leading 1-0, lead again 2-1.
Quiet start for Pinal, highest scorer of this Utica team.
Genrick out wide. Loose pass in the midfield. And Alvarez will collect. We haven't seen much from the two Milwaukee stars in Mario Alvarez
Either.
and Alex Sanchez, but we know that they can have an effect on this game as Flores works wide again. Flores saved by Wilkin. Denied again. Right in front. That'll take us to our media timeout. Milwaukee lead 2-1. You're watching the MASL on MASL. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Utica City trail 2-1 against the Milwaukee Wave, and it's a game for the Wave where they're trying to close the gap on league leaders Kansas City, who have played a couple more games than them. In Utica, I mean, the time is net right now, Greg, for this Utica team to win a game at home, get some momentum, because only the top 6 teams will make it to the playoffs.
Absolutely. And they're 6 shy of second to bottom, so they have to start getting points somehow if they intend on making the playoffs soon.
It'll be a restart for Utica City on the back end. Utica looking for offensive production. We haven't seen much out of Amadi Shalir Pinal today. You know, Brian Wilkin can score as there's a poor bring in by Teixeira. And now he's backtracking. Got caught with Andre Hain. Here's Steinwasser. Hain again. Now it's Flores. Steinwasser resets. Off the boards. Flores stretching. And pushed away by Teixeira. It was his errant pass, but now the chance to break for Utica. Amani goes out wide to Spur. Spur's double teamed on the boards. And will clear it away. Gio Alves lost possession. Press coming from Utica. Foul called on Gio Alves. We mentioned Willie Spur. You'll hear from him at halftime about his move from Tacoma to Utica, how he's dealing with the increased amounts of snow here in central New York compared to his hometown region of the Pacific Northwest, and what is statistically his best average so far this season compared to his past couple of years in Tacoma. He's averaging a point per game. That's a mark he hasn't hit in his first 5 seasons in the league. Here's Miller. Miller will fire a shot, get his own rebound to the corner. Howard Miller, through traffic, is brought away by Milwaukee. Miller battles back. Slide tackle, caught the ball, but also followed through and caught the man.
Unlucky challenge there, but Utica coming back strong again. Looking to come back into the game.
6.5 minutes to play. Alex Steinwasser and Alex Sanchez connecting all the way up to Andre Hain. Started in the MASL in 2015. Went to the Wave in 2016, has been there since. Worked across the back line, up again to the physical Hain. Rolled back, off the wall, Sanchez rolls it to Alvarez. Alvarez, header away by Shalier, rebound goes high for Sanchez. Wave lead 2-1. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Worked all the way back. Gio Alves will hook it high. Brought down again by the Wave. This Utica team came into today wanting to control possession, but Greg, I think we've seen Milwaukee really dominate time on the ball in the early stages. Here's Belliard. Turned over, but Belliard wins it back. Belliard off the boards. Gerson in front just high. Golden opportunity. Orozco, it's still there. Gerson again. What can Alves do? He's brought down. But good offensive pressure from Utica there.
Great play off the wall. That's exactly what they were looking for. That break is getting closer and closer for Utica.
Think you can protect the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. Here's another look at that Gerson chance in front. He'll stand over the free kick. Off the boards, in front to Alves. Reacted a second too late and kicked it wide. Junior Pinal, long trek back for the forward. He's grabbed from behind by Javier Steinwasser. And a quick restart for Utica. Back to Spur. After a busy opening 7 minutes, this game's cooled off in the last couple. Couple of off chances for Utica that weren't put home. Settling back is Spur. This is Pinal backing down his man. Loves to play with his back to goal. He'll drop it off for Alava. And Alava commits a foul on the boards. But for Utica, it's a positive sign to see the home team possess, especially in that attacking half.
Absolutely, and Pinal on the ball is exactly what Utica need right now. He needs to pin him back down and keep playing that style. That's what works best for him.
Restart underway for Milwaukee. Up ahead to Hain. Teixeira, battling through contact. Still on his feet somehow. Great work by Stefan Teixeira. Amani threw a sliding challenge off the boards. Shalier hustles out to it. Genrich wants it in front of him, won't get it. Back to Spur, Utica will reset. Amani. Genrich. Off-ball movement, sees Teixeira with the ball. He'll go to Genrich again. And Genrich rolls it across to Spur. One-time shot just wide of Shalier's extended leg. Teixeira. Out wide again. Miller off the boards. No one home for Utica City FC. Teixeira will reset. Utica will change a couple on the back line. Out wide, here is Howard Miller Jr. on Mike Da Silva. He'll clear it in front. Rebound will fall. Silva. Scored in the last home game against Baltimore, Manny Silva. And Silva tackled hard right in front of the yellow line. Another great opportunity for Utica on the set piece, and a delay of game warning upcoming for Alex Sanchez, who was on his way out and kicked the ball away from Utica. Back with Utica. Pinal, Amadi, a couple of targets for the home side. Left for Pinal, who takes it with a one-time shot. He'll win it back. Amadi. Alves. Alves will rifle one high. Pinal brings it down. Here's Gerson. Amadi tracks back at the midway line. Worked out wide again. Belliard dances past one. Got it past Willie B, but cleared off the line by Milwaukee. Alves will go again. Pinal. Rolled back. Belliard. He fires. It's blocked away by his teammate Gerson. Still loose. Pressure for Utica in the final 2.5 minutes. Pinal loses it. There's a tackle from Belliard. It's a foul and it's a blue card against Utica City FC, stopping a promising attack for Milwaukee, and Utica will head to the penalty kill.
Tactical foul right there, but that's what was needed to happen because it was a 2-on-1. Milwaukee was on the break. The Wave were about to score a third one, so good thing stopping that. Blue card was the consequence, though.
It is Belliard who heads to the penalty box, his first blue card of the season. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. So power play underway. Milwaukee 27% on the power play this season. Utica 78% on the kill. Milwaukee 3 for 9 in the power play when on the road, but a chance for a shorthanded opportunity. Genrick worked up ahead. Tavares. Loose in front, Willie B dives on it. This is a Utica team that already has 2 shorthanded goals this season. One against this very Milwaukee side. The other came last home game against Baltimore. And those are just the shorthanded goals at home. They also have one on the road. As this one right in front and scored. It is Flores again. And the power play goal makes it 3-1.
The Wave are lethal using the boards. Not the first time we see it in this game. Hitting it right off the board and beating Wilkins like that. Tough for Utica. They're going to have to come back. But right now, 2 goals down with 1:36 left in the quarter.
96 seconds. That'll wipe off the power play. But the Wave get the power play goal. Just the 5th power play goal on 17 power play opportunities now for Milwaukee. And the second of the game for Flores. Bad turnover. Breakaway opportunity for Milwaukee. Loose in front and missed high. Well, I don't know how that one doesn't go in for Cam Will. The Milwaukee native looking for his first goal in black and yellow. And somehow right in front, it just bounced high and off his ankle.
Unbelievable. Would have seemed harder to miss than the score, that's for sure.
So Wilkin and the Utica defense get away with one there. Alves. Teixeira. Out wide to Gio Alves again. Can't use Wilkin. And Teixeira with a great backheel flick. Gets away from pressure. Here goes Stefan Teixeira. With 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Teixeira called for a foul. Picked up the ball right after, but avoids a delay of game warning. Very close call there. Out wide with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Spur battling with Sanchez. Contact with Sanchez. He's still down as Pinal and Utica break away. Spur. Gerson. Still Gerson. Touch went too long. Gerson is down on the ground. Foul called on the MASL veteran playing in his 200th career regular season game.
Unfortunate right there for Utica. They have been good on the fast break. They couldn't just convert that chance, but it's promising going forward.
Willie B with half a minute to go. Great pass ahead. But the square ball behind Andre Hain. The breakaway was there for Milwaukee. Can it be there now for Utica? Here's Gerson with 15 seconds to go. They'll go from distance off the boards. And Milwaukee will collect with 10 seconds in the quarter. Final few seconds will tick off. Olava fires it ahead half-heartedly, and that will bring us to our first quarter break. 3-1 the score as Milwaukee lead Utica. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. We'll be back.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back after the first quarter break. It is 3-1 Milwaukee. 2 goals from Oscar Flores, including a power play goal to give the Wave a 3-1 lead. It was early on, just 50 seconds in, when Sean Osqueta scored to give the Wave a 1-0 lead. Juan Olava's first home goal tied it at 1, and then Flores with a brace in the first quarter to push it to 3-1 alongside Greg Winston. I'm Arnaud Fokrell. Greg, Milwaukee did exactly what we expected Milwaukee to do in that first quarter. They controlled possession, held on to the ball, and then found the way through, created some turnovers for Utica.
Absolutely, and they are so lethal scoring too. They didn't have that many chances, but they really put them inside and put them in the back of the net. Exactly what we expected from the Wave. Let's see what the second quarter has to give us.
Horn sounds, and we're just set for kickoff in quarter number 2. Still haven't seen too much from Mario Alvarez and Alex Sanchez, and it feels like with so much attention on those 2 stars for Milwaukee, it allows more space for guys like Andre Hain and Oscar Flores to step up and make an impact.
Absolutely, yep.
We're underway in the second quarter, and right away a quick stoppage as it seems like the clock wasn't ready to go. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League.
all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. You can also stream games live on MASLplus.tv, replay the game on demand, clip it, share it, and live it again. Favorite your team to get instant updates on every game. There's a defensive clearance on Utica, so a top-of-the-arc restart coming for Milwaukee. This is a team that has pure ball strikers from these types of positions. And no better than Mario Alvarez, 10 goals, 13 assists on the year. He's got Hain and Sanchez beside him. Trying to go inside, and this could be a break for Utica. Sprinting ahead is Tavares. Ball rolls away, shrugs his man off, and Willie B does enough. As that ball rolls out of play, it hits the grates. But there's that Utica transition that you hear so much about. It's a young team, it's a quick team, and a good look on the breakaway.
Absolutely. And another thing, going back to the penalty, the Wave are really good at combination plays on free kicks. Last week they scored on a combination play against the St. Louis Ambush. And good thing for Utica, they didn't score now.
Wanalava, long trek back, he'll find Wilkin. Alvarez. Steinwasser. He'll drop it back for Azqueta. Got the scoring started 50 seconds in, Sean Azqueta. He'll get it back on the boards. There are numbers here for Milwaukee. Across, and Steinwasser misses. He'll get it right back and cleared away. Last-ditch defending by Utica. Alvarez will fire from distance. Again, Utica just hammering the boards, looking for a clear. They have it now. Pinal. Junior Pinal spinning away from danger. Has Teixeira in the middle. Will circle away and play Miller. Howard Miller with some space. Fires wide. And a high bounce off the boards. Alava will reset. Pinal. Big block in front by Milwaukee. That was Azqueta who got in the way. Alava will reset. It was 3-1 at the end of the first quarter. It's still 3-1 a couple of minutes into the second. Off the boards, Willie B lost it out of his hands. Pinal off the boards, will collect again to Miller. Alava settles. Utica looking for an entry. They have it with Miller. Miller off the hands of Willie B, chested back to the netminder from Rochester, New York. And Milwaukee can reset on defense. Steinwasser looking for Andre Hain. Alava spins away from pressure. Plays it to Brian Wilkin, no stranger to stepping up. Brian Wilkin, he's scored a goal against Tacoma last game out. Milwaukee's also got a goalkeeper that can score. In fact, he's got 2 goals on the season in their backup netminder, Gerardo Perez. Schalier. Genrick off the boards. Silva, 3-on-1 for Utica. Here's Schalier. Schalier just wide. Silva's header is taken away in the box. Great opportunity for Utica, who just couldn't convert. Hain through pressure. Genrick. Silva deflected away off the foot of Ludwig. And Wilkin will take his space. Don't be surprised. Wilkin not given the green light to shoot just yet, but it may be coming soon for Brian Wilkin if Utica still chase this game. Alves. There's Alves on the return and hit off the backside of Willie B. And Bonahene gets away with one there. Alves will turn. Here's Schalier. Alves. Dancing will look wide to Toy Tavares. Belliard chases it down. And Kyle Crane, good hustle on the back end. Return pass to Belliard, finds Tavares again. Fans urging Utica to move with some speed ahead as Tavares will settle to Alava. Orozco. Orozco will fire off Willie B again, and he just hangs on to it. Pressure comes from Orozco. He'll poke it away, and back into the hands of Willie B. Willie B was announced as the goalkeeper coach for Rally Madison FC in the W League, joining the coaching staff that is led by former Wave head coach Juliano Oliveira in Madison. That team affiliated with USL League One side Forward Madison will start play this summer in 2026. Wilkin angled off the boards to Alava. Pushed ahead by Spur. Spur gets it back and will go out wide. Utica has Amati up ahead. Here's Mershad Amati, 1-on-2 off the boards. It falls for Teixeira, flying volley, pushed wide. Pinal. Amati off the boards. Pinal! Diving blocked by Javier Steinwasser. Second chance is high from Amati. Calling all artists, it's the last day to participate in the MASL Soccer Coloring Contest. 3 winners will receive a $100 gift certificate to Capelli Sport. Deadline's today, so get those submissions in on MASLsoccer.com. Alex Sanchez has that one cleared away. Possession with Utica. Genrick gets us underway. Miller with speed. Off the boards, and Willie B reads it. Started his career with the Wave, started his career with the Heat and then joined the Wave, as there's a deflection out wide. Last touch off of Utica. Manny Silva holding his hands up in innocence, but we'll have a free kick from the corner spot for Alvarez. And this Utica team has to defend another set piece that Milwaukee's so good at.
Absolutely. And another thing, technically, Milwaukee, I'm sure you've noticed, they're so gifted. Every pass, every control is positive into space, and that's something that Pinal, Gerson have to step up into the game and take more initiative. Technically, we've had players like Chelier, like Teixeira, take initiative. Gio Alves trying to step up and carry this team technically, but they have to do more to keep off this Wave team.
All the way back to Willie B. And he goes long. Alves controls and heads it back to Brian Wilkin. 8.5 minutes to go. Still the same score it was at the end of the first, with Milwaukee and Utica. 2 goals from Oscar Flores. The difference after a 1-1 game. Goals from Mosqueda and Alava. But then Flores netted 2. One of them, it was a scramble in front. Utica cleared it off the line before controlling possession and tapping it home with no one in goal. And then the other one came on a power play where Flores just found acres of space right on the doorstep and had a tap in to make it 3-1. Here's Pinal. Back to goal. Will go off the boards for Gerson. Saved off the line. That's Grant Michaels getting involved. Second chance there. And Teixeira collects for Utica. Kicks it off the boards. That'll take us to our immediate timeout in the second quarter. Milwaukee lead 3-1. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Milwaukee lead 3-1. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Glazo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. MASL Monday on CBS Sports Glazo Network and MASL TV. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnav Pokerel. Greg, we saw some goals in that first quarter, but it feels like this second quarter things have really tapered off.
Absolutely. They've slowed down a bit, and Utica are holding on to possession, which is what Coach wanted. Problem is, they need to convert those chances and figure out a way to break this Wave defense.
So we're back underway. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Wave lead 3-1. Oscar Flores has 2 goals. He's the difference so far between these two teams, but Utica's never out of the game, especially against this Wave team. Came back from a 6-1 deficit to win in overtime for the first win of the season for UCFC. Teixeira collects. Here's Shalier. Now a breakaway. Teixeira. Couldn't work away past Alex Steinwasser, but does enough to win it back. Utica reset with Willie Spur. Spur has Teixeira in support. Will instead go to the corner boards, and Shalier. Through the legs of Shalier, Alvarez does enough. Sanchez to Steinwasser. Worked up ahead, Tavares. Still in play on the far boards. Spur. Lost it for a moment and taken away by Milwaukee. Contact as Shalier wraps his arms around the Milwaukee break and halts forward progress for Oscar Flores, who's on hat-trick watch. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the second. Back underway as there's Max Ludwig. Great turn on the far side to get past Howard Miller. Sanchez. Still very quiet at the office for Mario Alvarez and Alex Sanchez. Flores. Off the boards to the back post, and De Silva has 1 goal already this season for Milwaukee since making the move from Harrisburg. There's a superstructure violation for Gio Alves as he hits the ball into the roof. An advanced restart upcoming for Milwaukee and Mario Alvarez. Options both ways for Milwaukee. It is Hain. Back to Alvarez and Kyle Genrich in the passing lanes. And Utica again on the break. Tavares. Still Tavares. Through contact. And a sliding challenge in by Tavares. Unsuccessful. Sanchez will fire from distance, and Wilkin safely punches away. Alves. Back to Wilkin. Alava, Belliard. Poked away by Milwaukee. Here's Crane on the turn. Misses wide. Contact in front, Alvarez. Rolled wide. Steinwasser has it blocked in front. Belliard rolls away. Pinal. Little pick play, and Utica can break. Intended for Gerson in the corner. Mike De Silva tracks it down well. Settled by Teixeira. And Greg, you brought it up. It seems like both teams just struggling to convert chances right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They have to step something up if they want to score. And if Utica wants to come back, they need to start converting chances, taking their chances, shooting. We've seen fast break chances, but they need to keep them coming.
Alava steps ahead. Pinal. Pinal off the boards. Gerson's in front. Took some contact in the box. Didn't look like there was much in it. Pinal on the turn. Again Gerson. And this time Willie B hangs on. A little bit of jawing back and forth between the two sides as Willie B gets the restart underway. Everyone just kind of froze there for a second, seeing if there would be a call from the referees. Nothing came of it. And here's Pinal. Pinal. Back again to Tavares. Tavares didn't have the cleanest pass, but Manny Silva does enough to win a free kick for Utica. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Amadi looking for space, instead has to go to Silva. Teixeira off the boards. Willie B a step behind it, but it only pops out to Steinwasser. Teixeira does well to win it back. Amadi flicks it up, it's cleared away. Not a defensive clearance for Milwaukee because of the deflection off the pass. Here's Silva going wide with 3 minutes to play. Out in front, Willie B collects. I'll throw long. Poked away by Tavares. Tavares on the break. Rolled across the face of goal. Pinal was outside of the box. Here's Pinal. Through pressure. And the double team still maintains possession for Utica. Silva. Silva will fire. It's poked away by Willie B. Strong two-handed clearance by William Banahene. It hasn't been a clear split of time in net, but Gerardo Perez has played a fair few games for Milwaukee this year as Silva goes wide. Howard Miller with 2 minutes to go in the half. In what is a first half that has flown by, especially the second quarter. Feels like we haven't had many stoppages in this one. Off the boards, Willie B up in the air. Shalier poked it high. And out of play. Last touch was by Shalier for a Milwaukee reset. Ludwig. Will gets it away. Here is De Silva wriggling away. De Silva fires it, took a deflection on the way through. Corner spot restart for Milwaukee. That's exactly what Mike De Silva brings to this Milwaukee team. Dynamic offense, can create space, especially with some absences. Due to injury, it's exactly what Milwaukee need offensively to push for a spot at the top of the league standings. Sanchez from distance took a deflection and spun into the hands of Wilkin. 1 minute to go in the first half. Kyle Genrich away from pressure to Shalier. Option out wide. Gerson, ball roll. Cleared off the line again. Willie B tracks out. May have taken some contact on the way through. Long range shot is high by Kyle Genrich. Ambitious from the Long Island native.
Ambitious but necessary. Silva, 3 shots in the past 3 minutes. Genrich doing the same thing. They need to keep going, Utica, if they want to come back into this game. Shooting is the way to come back.
Sanchez cleared away by Utica. 35 seconds to go in this first half. You can see the mascots waiting alongside those corner boards, including Nadi, the mascot of the Utica Comets. We're having a halftime mascot soccer game here inside the Adirondack Bank Center to celebrate Youth Day here at the Adirondack Bank Center. Worked up to Ferdinand and cleared out of play again with 30 seconds to go. Rolled across, here's Alvarez. Mario Alvarez. And still Alvarez, he lost it for a moment. Picked away by Sanchez. That one bounced out of play with 14 seconds to go. 10 seconds, Utica looking for that final chance. Teixeira goes flying in. Wilkins well out of his net with 5 seconds to go. Spur smartly heads down and pins the ball along the boards. That'll take us to halftime. And after some great action in the first quarter, Greg, we saw the second quarter kind of peter off, and both teams really just settled down and didn't take too many risks.
Yep, absolutely. Big saves, though, from Willie B, which kept the Wave 2-goal advantage. Now, we'll see if the second half is a little more promising, but true. Calm down in the second quarter. That's definitely for sure.
We've got Michael Lear down on the field. He is joined by Juan Alava. So here's Michael and Juan to do some halftime interviews.
We are down here with Madeline from Adirondack High School. She is going to interview Juan in Spanish. Here we go.
¿Qué aspectos considera que funcionaron bien y cuáles deben ajustarse para la segunda mitad?
Pienso que defensivamente debemos mejorar un poco, escuchar más al entrenador, estar más dispuesto a cambiar nuestra forma de jugar, hacer un equipo más calmado. Pienso que si mejoramos eso, podemos tener una segunda mitad mejor.
Juan thinks in the second half they can be a little bit better defensively, change up some formations a little bit, and try to disrupt Milwaukee on that side.
¿Hubo algo que les sorprendiera durante el partido, ya sea de rival o de su propio equipo?
No, la verdad que el otro equipo viene a proponer. Nosotros ahorita estamos abajo, pero sé que tenemos la fuerza mental, física para poder volver al partido. Y nada, creer en el equipo y saber que vamos a hacer la cosa bien.
We know Milwaukee's a good team overall, just need to stay strong mentally and physically down the second half.
¿Qué cambios piensa implementar para encontrar el segunda mitad?
Y la verdad que mentalmente debemos hacer un clic. Tenemos que darnos cuenta que podemos llegar a posiciones más adelante para los playoffs. Y nada, y creerla, believe. Como le digo a toda la comunidad, like I said to everybody, believe in this team. It's a lot of games to going on, muchos partidos para seguir, and we have to stay together. We need our fans, we need our city. Necesitamos nuestra ciudad, nuestros fans, y vamos a sacar esto adelante. We're gonna get it done.
Gracias, Juan.
Muchas gracias, y thank you, Utica. We got you second half. We got you.
Great job, Madeline.
There's Juan Alava down on the field, interviewed in Spanish. First time that's been done this season. I think that's the first time in the last 2 years we've had that done here in the Adirondack Bank Center. It's halftime between Utica City FC and the Milwaukee.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back at halftime on MASL TV. Arnav Pokarel with Utica and Milwaukee. And I'm joined by Willie Spur. Willie, I have to start. You're from Seattle. You spent a lot of time in Tacoma, played in Ontario. Have you ever been around this much snow as you are this year in Central New York?
No, absolutely not. Like Seattle, we get maybe a couple days a year, sometimes not at all. So it's been a big difference.
How have you sort of adjusted? Are you layering up more? You know, what's that adjustment been like with the weather?
Yeah, definitely wearing way more warmer clothing, and I bought more before I came here, and I've needed all of it, and then trying to get used to driving in the snow and checking the weather before I go out at night and stuff. So.
And for you, making that move over to Utica this season after a couple of years in Tacoma, a season in Ontario as well, you've been in this league since 2021. What have you liked about being here in Utica? It's a little bit different than Tacoma and Ontario for sure.
Everything about the club here, the facilities, the resources we have to train and just prepare, the match day, the atmosphere, the fans, all that stuff has been really, really great. So I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it's been really nice being here.
I want to go back to the start of your career all the way back in 2021. What got you into the indoor game? Was there a post you saw? Was there a flyer? Did you go to a tryout? I want to learn, how did you get into this?
Well, I'd always been aware of the Stars, just being from Seattle and just knowing players from that area. I'd gone and trained with the team a couple times, and I'd sort of played outdoor against those guys as well. Also, I played 3 or 4 years in the Washington League and kind of learned a little bit about the indoor game then. And also my college coach was a professional indoor player, and we had an indoor facility on campus. So we would play all through the winter there. And yeah, I always liked playing indoor. I liked using the boards and whatnot. So it was great to get a start. So.
And for you on the field, it's been one of your best seasons in terms of production. We're midway through the season, but you're averaging a point per game for the first time in your career. What's been working for you offensively with this Utica team?
I think just trust from the coaching staff from Everton. I've been on a lot of power plays, set pieces. The way the team plays, I think there's a lot of individual freedom given to players, and I think I've been able to combine well with some of the teammates. It's a skillful team, skillful style, so I think yeah, it's been a good fit for me.
And for you, you've been in the league since only 2021, but it's fair to say that you're one of the more experienced players on a very young Utica team. How have you sort of taken that role and applied it on the field as well?
Well, I mean, thinking back to when I first started, you tend to get a lot of advice from the older players just because, you know, a lot of people there are pretty much coming from outdoor. Their experience in the league is the first time playing indoor. So when I can, either by example or just by saying things at different times, I've just kind of tried to use my experience to be, you know, somebody that is easy to work with for the younger players and make it easier for them on the field.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That's Willie Spur, Utica City FC midfielder. We'll be back after the break on MASL TV.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Shoot! He scores!
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5, back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
On the ground, and he is still able to punch it away. Lima with a strike. The Stars go level. Douglas Lima from distance.
Tacoma tying the game up late against Utica City in their first encounter last weekend. That sent this one off to overtime.
Jones is ahead. Jones has Correa. Jones is getting pulled by his shirt. Correa's in on goal. The Stars have a winner. Adrian Correa. Adrian Correa.
The Stars get it done the hard way as they take down UCFC 7-6 in OT on the 24th. Now, Utica had a chance for revenge the next day, but kind of seemed like they emptied the tank the day before. They fell behind 7-1, rallied towards the end, but it wasn't enough as Tacoma takes it 8-6 to sweep the two-game set. St. Louis and Milwaukee also hooked up twice last week. This was the most dramatic game. Alex Sanchez was a beast with 5 goals plus a helper on Sunday. That included the game-tying goal with just $1:38 left right there. And then this.
Into the post. The little touch. Max coming through. Shot off the front. Sanchez! Number 5. And the Wave wins it 7-6.
What a performance by Alex. Milwaukee takes it 7-6, and they needed that one. If they'd lost, St. Louis would have been 3-0 against them because the day before, the ambush beat them 5-3 behind a Daniel Torrealba hat trick. Beautiful goal right there. Empire is suddenly surging. They faced San Diego on the 22nd and evened up the season series against the Sockers 2-2. Walter Diaz led the way with 4 points. 9-5 Strikers the final, and then the boys in purple welcomed Kansas City to town, and they weren't great hosts. The Strikers raced out to a 6-0 halftime lead and cruised to the 10-6 victory over the Comets. Finally, San Diego finished up its 6-game road trip in Baltimore, and behind a stellar performance by first star Boris Pardo, they doubled up the Blast 10-5. Sockers finishing the road trip 3-3. It's a quiet weekend, but one game we're looking forward to is San Diego and Tacoma on Sunday. They split 2 games this season. Things always get spicy between these two squads. To 3 p.m. PST kickoff from Front Wave Arena in San Diego. Okay, a look at your scoring leaders. Zach Reggett leading the way, but Sanchez is hot on his heels now with 26 points. Marquez in third with 25. Alvarez with 23, and Jonatos Mello of Baltimore rounding out your top 5 with 21 points. And your Capelli Sport Players of the Week, Luis Beretta in goal from the Tacoma Stars, Sanchez offensively from Milwaukee, and Logan Jones on the defensive end from the Tacoma Stars. Let's start with Sanchez, one of the best games of the season he had in the overtime win against the St. Louis Ambush. He also got the OT goal. 7 points over 2 games for the weekend for Alex. Logan Jones, 5 blocked shots he had to go along with 5 points over 2 games, 2 goals and 3 assists for the Stars. And in goal, his teammate Luis Beretta, fantastic against UCFC over 2 games. 30 saves, including that beauty right there. Time now for your plays of the week.
Good ball. Gobert. Good back to Santana. Shoots and scores! Nelson Santana!
Back over to Fabian. Fabian to Stinson. Stinson fires it. Justin! The Stinger Stinson.
Now Ferdinand. Alex coming in. Alex volleys around. Shot a goal! Oh, was that sweet by Saucy?
Torrealba creeps it forward. Torrealba left foot. Get in there, baby!
Briscoe taking off his feet. Jones with a strike, gets off the post. He gives the Tacoma Stars the lead.
The pass wasn't precise enough. Fabian fires it. Upper right corner, where my Uncle Franz keeps the good schnapps.
Deflects high into the air. He'll head it down. Amadi flipped over. Gerson!
Another attempt, tried to find the header with dead side, and there's a goal blasted into the back of the net.
Into the post, a little touch, Max coming through, shot off the front. Sanchez wins it, 7-6.
Jones is ahead. Jones has Correa. Jones is getting pulled by his shirt. Correa's in on goal. The Stars have a winner. Adrian Correa. Adrian Correa.
And that is going to wrap things up for this week. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
From Garrity Pools and Spa and learn more about how we can plan now for the projects we want done this spring and summer. Then we're headed to the Utica Curling Club. They've got an open house coming up where you yourself can try curling.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
Creative, fast, strong, agile, dependable. Just has that special something.
What makes a great player?
Same thing that makes a great vehicle.
Let's go, Utica! Let's go!
Davidson of Rome.
Nice.
Proud sponsor of the Utica City Football Club.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center as we get set for second half action between the Milwaukee Wave and Utica City FC. It's 3-1 Milwaukee. All 4 goals in this game scored in the first 15 minutes of play. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can also subscribe to MASL TV on YouTube, where you'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. You can also visit MASLsoccer.com, which is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. MASLsoccer.com. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnav Pokrell. Greg, these two teams battled hard in the first quarter. It settled down defensively in the second quarter. But this is a Utica team sitting at the bottom of the MASL standings. But head coach Everton Moreira believes there's more for this Utica side.
You know it. Before the game, we had the chance to speak with Coach Moreira about what he sees his team progressing into going into the playoffs, hopefully at the end of the season. What he let us know is that, quote, the team is not yet at peak. We are still ascending. And I think that has all its merits, and we're seeing it right now. Utica, that might not have the same offensive firepower as the Wave, but are building towards it. And by the end of the season, hopefully, with the likes of Pinal on the team and Gerson, can push forward. Problem is, on the other side, the Wave, 6.6 goals per game average since the start of the season versus 5.4 for Utica City. A deficit there that might come and bite them in the second half. We'll see.
Milwaukee has 2 goals from Oscar Flores, including a power play goal that separate the two teams. Sean Asqueta scored 48 seconds into the game, or excuse me, 48 seconds into the game to get things started before Juan Alava equalized 4.5 minutes in, and then Flores with a brace in the first quarter. Second quarter was scoreless as we get set for action in the third, with Utica trailing by 2. Greg, what do you think the conversation is in halftime for Utica? How do they step things up in the third quarter, which Utica's a team that usually struggles in the third quarter?
Absolutely, and that's the problem. You have to think about how to get the offensive machine back on the right track. I think that starts with bringing Pinal, Junior Pinal, back as a target man and pinning down the defense, something that he's been floating around in the first half and hasn't been able to be in the right positions to tap the ball in the back of the net.
So Pinal will get us underway as we're set for second half action inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Milwaukee second in the MASL, 7-3-2 on the year, 21 points. Utica 3-5-2, 9 points on the season, 2 of their wins in overtime. Just 1 regulation victory came at home against Baltimore on January 19th. We're back underway. Gio Alves goes long to Pinal. This is someone Utica need to get going offensively. If the home side wants to climb back in this game, you have to get Pinal involved early on. As this goes all the way back to Wilkin, who goes long. Steinwasser, active first touch, but poked away by Utica. Here's Alves. Gio Alves, back heel to Spur, and cleared off the line again. Milwaukee in the right place at the right time. Pressure still there for Utica. Alava, Alves has some space. Out to Gerson! Gordy Gerson fires and scores for Utica. And it's a 1-goal game again.
Talk about an impact. Right back, coming back on the third quarter. Gerson was absent in the first half. Good to see him back on the score sheet.
He is limping away. Gerson has dealt with lower body injuries this season, but a great unselfish layoff by Gio Alves. Celebrates with his cradle celebration that he's brought out this year after having a kid in the offseason, but now Gerson limping off. Averages over a point per game for Utica this season. And he brings it within 1. I mean, no better way to start off a second half. Milwaukee did it to start the game, scored within the first minute. And Gerson does the exact same for Utica to kick off the second half. Manny Silva, turnover on the back end and going the other way. Wilkin off his hands and up into the netting. It took less than 1 minute to get the scoring started after a completely scoreless second quarter. Gordy Gerson fires home. It's a chance from the corner spot for Milwaukee. Alvarez dragged from behind by Utica, who cleared away. Willie B turns it over into the midfield with Amadi. He's double teamed. Pokes away and wins it back. Up the boards for Tavares. Tavares, also double teamed, will recycle back and turn it over. Steinwasser there. Alves. Good high press from Utica to kick off this second half. Amadi. Willie B clears away. Up off the boards. Kyle Genrich turns it over. And here goes Sanchez. Wilkin, great save off the boards. That's always an awkward one for a goalkeeper, and he tracked it well. Genrich. Teixeira. Miller. Utica haven't been great on the breakouts in this game, but do enough there. And Pinal might be free. Gets the better of Ferdinand, but off the boards. Here's Alava, second chance. Pinal there battling again. This will fall to Miller. Well, the pressure's there for Utica to kick off half number 2. Here's Teixeira. Looking for Belliard. Back to Alava. Belliard saved by Willie B. Great stop. Teixeira on the volley. Miller. Pinal. Utica is setting up shop in the Milwaukee defensive zone. Pinal on the turn. Through the double team, rolls it down. Willie B, comfortable save for him. Wants to go long, we'll roll it out, Greg. Positive play for Utica, first 3 minutes of this second half.
Pinal using his body and his frame is exactly what Utica need. He's done that twice now in the past minute. More to come from him.
Up ahead to Mike Da Silva. Andre Hain connecting with Da Silva on the 1-2. Off the boards, there's no one there for Milwaukee. Miller a bit loose on the play, but does enough to clear it away for the moment. Here's Hain. With all of his years of MASL experience, approaching a decade since he started in the league. Up and into the netting by Alex Sanchez. When we talk about how flat this Utica team is, especially in that second quarter, the one thing you have to give Utica credit for, limiting the stars for Milwaukee in Mario Alvarez and Alex Sanchez. They both have been fairly quiet today in this game.
Nothing to signal. I mean, that's a good thing for Utica, but Alvarez and Sanchez could heat up at any moment, and that might be dangerous for Utica.
There is the pass intended for Alvarez. Instead, it's out to Shalier. Shalier's got a little bit of pace on him. Here is the 6'4" Cuban. Down to the corner. He'll reset with Willie Spur. Alves with acres of space. Alves will fire, it's blocked away. Alves on the rebound, loose in front. Willie B collects. Right at the doorstep, Gordy Gerson back on the field after he limped off, scoring that curling effort to the far post. So good to see him back. Chance the other way for Milwaukee as there's a foul called on the Wave. 3-2 the score. Much closer than the score at this point. The last time these two teams met here, it was 6-1 in the opening stages of the third quarter before Utica pulled off 5 unanswered goals, sent the game to overtime, and won it shorthanded. Ball bounces into the Utica bench, past a leaping Kyle Crane. Crane has served 2 blue cards, but he hasn't earned them himself. He served 2 team penalties. So he spent 4 minutes in the box, but none of them have gone against Kyle Crane. I always think that's an interesting one where he gets credit for the blue card, even though it's not his fault entirely. Manny Silva will roll along the boards. Alava, shoulder to shoulder on the far boards. Taken away, here's Genrich, stumbling away and can't maintain possession. On the break the other way. This is Cam Will. He missed in wide open goal in the first half. He's battling with Orozco, and Brian Wilkin gets there first. Wilkin will throw long as Utica are in the midst of a change. It's brought down well by Teixeira. Although it hasn't shown on the stat sheet, Teixeira's been one of the best midfielders for Utica today in terms of controlling play and holding on to possession. He does ever so well to just keep the ball close to him.
Very efficient, putting his body in between the opposition and the ball. It's exactly what you need to keep possession, especially in this fast-paced, tight environment that is the MASL.
Up ahead, this is Hain on the turn. Stays with Milwaukee in the attacking zone. Gordy Gerson scored less than a minute into the second half. It's been more defense for the two sides since then. Hain being bear hugged right now by Belliard. Excuse me, that was Willie Spur that was grabbing him, and Spur probably got away with a call there. You can see both arms wrapped around the tall frame that is Andre Hain. That ball bounced into the grates. And it is Utica possession. Defensive clearance will bring it to the top of the arc for Utica. Gio Alves will set things up. Actually, it's left for Pinol, who fires just wide. Golden chance for Junior Pinol, and he had Willie B beat. Just placed it an inch wide. Amati on the rebound. Here's another look at that Pinol chance. Saw it travel to the left of that far post. Pinol again, looking for Amati. Again, cleared away by Milwaukee, and another defensive clearance. So Utica get another chance from the top of the arc.
Pinal much more active in this third quarter. It's exactly what Utica need right now. Close shot right there off the left post. Let's see if he can run it back.
This time Alves steps up to it. Amati wants it, he'll get it, and score! Marshad Amati is all about the power, but how about the placement on that one to tie this game at 3-3? Calmly rolled to the far post, and nothing Willie B could do about that, but watch it go in the back of the net.
Earlier in the game, Arnav, I was telling you about how lethal the Wave were on combination play on free kicks. Well, guess what? Utica City doing the exact same thing right there. Smart play instead of going direct, laying it off for the goal. Well played.
Marshad Amati had 5 shots on goal in that loss to Tacoma on January 25th. He hadn't scored since January 4th against Baltimore, but the chances are there. He's one of the team leaders in terms of shots on goal. The chances were going to come, the goals were going to come for Amati, and he gets one, a crucial one to tie things at 3-3. And now there's some energy in Utica City as Howard Miller turns in the defensive zone. Shalier to Wilkin. Rolled long, intended for Spur. Pass just ahead of Willie Spur, but Shalier wins it back. Genrick double teamed. And that will take us to the media timeout. It's all to play for with a quarter and a half to go. Tied 3-3 between Utica and Milwaukee inside the Adirondack Bank Center. You're watching the MASL on MASL. Welcome back to the Adirondack Bank Center. Midway through the third quarter, it's tied 3-3 between Utica and Milwaukee. New for 2026, staff writer Josie Freyna and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in MASL's newest show, Soccer Signal, with in-depth data analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league. Don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. A couple of episodes down on Soccer Signal. I've loved tuning into it. Gives you a great perspective. Really enjoyed the discussion on extra attackers in that first episode. As we're back underway in the third quarter, Utica and Milwaukee tied at 3 apiece. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnav Pokerel. Here's Steinwasser. That's Alex Steinwasser for Milwaukee. Poor pass. And Utica reset all the way back to Wilkin. Wilkin will go long. Howard Miller on running. Miller takes it on the corner boards. Stumbles over himself, and now he's double teamed. Chance to break for Milwaukee as Toy Tavares comes in and cleans up the damage. Good flick away. Here's Flores, and it's saved by Wilkin. It went through his legs, but he had his hand behind him to stop the ball from going in, and he denies Flores the hat trick. Get another look. Thought it was through the legs. He sat on the ball and then dove on it. That's one of the most creative saves I think I've ever seen in the MASL. Right away, here's the chance over the head of Willie B, and then diving in was Gerson. He's got his head in his hands. He can't believe he missed that chance. So some action right out of the media timeout for both teams. Gio Alves upended at midfield. Steinwasser the other way. There's Steinwasser, lays it off, and cleared away by Utica. Gerson can't clear the defensive zone. Still Milwaukee off the boards. Gerson still can't clear it. On the volley, just high. Back heel flick out wide, off the boards, and again, the Utica defense do enough. Little hold on the back end of the play, and Utica can breathe. Milwaukee, a couple of great looks on goal. Alava to Alves. Wilkins out of the net right now. Scored a goal against Tacoma, so no stranger to stepping forward, Brian Wilkin. Alava had a step for a moment, but back with Milwaukee. Alves falling down makes the stop. Alava through pressure. Waiting for support, he'll find it in Wilkin. Good composure from Wilkin to find Spur, who steps away. Crossfield pass, Amadi, Willie B. Willie B came sliding out. Whistle blows. I think the ball went out of play there along the boards. So top of the arc restart upcoming for Utica. A little bit of contact between Willie B and Mershad Amadi on the breakout. 5 minutes to go in the third. Here's Alves. Rolled wide. The shot goes in! Mendy Silva! The one-time finish in the top corner, and Utica lead for the first time today.
Talk about a team with momentum. We were mentioning how against Tacoma, they needed that momentum to come back from a 6-goal deficit. Well, same thing here. 3 goals unanswered for UCFC against the Wave.
That's 2 now, direct from a free kick at the top of the arc. The first one, it was Alves to his left, and Mershad Amadi found the far corner. This time, it goes down to Mendy Silva. I mean, you can't ask for a better finish than that. No. Willie B had no chance to get up there.
Top corner, and another important aspect, Gio Alves on the interceptions mid-park has been fantastic so far in this third quarter. Stepping in early against his opposition, against the Wave midfielders, is what makes or break the Utica attacks, and that's exactly why Utica have gotten so good at scoring in this third quarter. It's partly thanks to Gio Alves and his interceptions.
So Milwaukee takes a timeout on the field. That gives us a chance to talk about Capelli Sport, the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. It's also the last day for all artists heading over to MASLsoccer.com to take part in the MASL coloring contest. 3 winners receive a $100 gift certificate to Capelli Sport, which is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the MASL. Submissions due today, so get those in as soon as you can. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnaud Fokrell. Greg, I mean, the turnaround from what we saw in the second half for Utica, playing stagnant defensive soccer, to now changing in the third quarter. I mean, what do you think's changed for this Utica team? What's working right now?
It's night and day, Arnav, and I think what matters the most is the aggression. In the first half of the game, the first 2 quarters, Utica were not on an offensive foot. They were not anticipating tackles. The Wave were more aggressive and wanted the ball more. 50-50 challenges were always getting won by Wave players. But in this third quarter, things have changed up. Utica has stepped up in intensity and aggression, and we see the results right now.
4-3, Utica lead after Milwaukee call a timeout. 3 unanswered goals in the third quarter. Gordy Gerson got us started. Mershawn Amadi and Manny Silva. But there's one common denominator in all of those goals, and it is Gio Alves involved in all 3 plays. He has 3 assists in the game to bring Utica back in this one. I mean, you mentioned it, it's the defensive work that he provides, and then being smart and placing passes with precision. Alves has turned this game around almost single-handedly.
Underrated player. Absolutely.
So Brian Wilkin back in net for Utica. Willie B on the other side. Historically, one of the best, most athletic goalkeepers the MASL has had to offer. But recently has struggled, especially early on in games. He gave up 5 in the game against St. Louis, made 8 saves as well, but then was replaced as there's a shot and a goal, and it is. Sanchez came out of nowhere to tie things up. I mean, it's a name that we were waiting to say all day. You knew Alex Sanchez was going to get involved somehow.
The league's top scorer. He's not top scorer for no reason. I mean, that shot is pure quality, right into the top corner, similar to what we saw with Silva, but on the other side of the net. Well done from Sanchez.
Coming off a game where he scored 5, you just knew there was going to be a way for Alex Sanchez to get involved. I mean, what a strike. There's the foul that led up to the free kick. Ferdinand picks up the assist, his 7th assist on the campaign. And we're back to 4-4. Silva angling the other way, and Willie B, awkward save. Orozco. Still Orozco. Good back heel flick to Shera. Battling. Orozco picks it back up. He'll reset to Alava. Lucky bounce for Juan Alava. Almost lost it as the last defender. Instead, Teixeira resets. Three minutes 45 to go in a busy third quarter. After a scoreless second, you've seen the goals fly in. 3 for Utica, 1 for Milwaukee to tie this game up at 4. And what a goal by Alex Sanchez. You just can't give a player like him that much space in the attacking zone. That's quality that he has that almost no one else in this league can match in terms of goal-scoring ability, goal-scoring creation. He really does it all for Milwaukee. Junior Pinal resets to Belliard. Back down to Pinal. He's been quiet today. What can he produce? Well, right now it's a pass to Alves, who's been the best player for Utica. Off the boards by Pinal, intended for Alves. Great run. And now a break is on. And an unlucky bounce for the Steinwasser brothers. Javier had Alex ahead of him and couldn't connect. Here's Pinal. Foul called. I think Utica wanted the advantage there because Pinal had a look at goal.
Lucky for Utica there on the fast break that the Wave didn't make more of that opportunity, because Utica have a tendency to overcommit recently.
It is a yellow card shown. And we'll hear from the refereeing crew as they'll take the mic. Mike was cutting in and out, but it is confirmation of Mario Alvarez heading to the penalty box for 5 minutes. It's not a power play. The yellow card just means Alvarez is out of play for the next 5 minutes, so the rest of this third quarter and the beginning of the fourth, and that's a crucial loss for Milwaukee. Here's Amadi off the boards. It'll fall for Tavares. So again, still 5-on-5, but Alvarez is in the penalty box for 5 minutes with a yellow card. Pinal. Tavares, 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, which has seen Utica climb back in the game. But here's a break. And wriggling free. Worked out wide. Grable tapped in at the back post. It is Max Ferdinand. He just assisted for Milwaukee, and now he scores. And the Wave lead again, 5-4.
The Wave throwing numbers up. 2-3 attackers against only 1 or 2 defenders on Utica's side, and they pay the price right there. Well done on the Wave's part.
Max Ferdinand, his 4th goal of the season. Stuart Grable picks up his first assist of the season. Native of Neenah, Wisconsin, in his 9th appearance of the year. And after Utica started the quarter with 3 unanswered, quick rebound by Milwaukee to score 2 in a row. As here's a rebound chance for Milwaukee. It's saved by Willie B. Loose in possession, Willie Spur hangs on to the ball. And this is what we expected in the second quarter. Instead, we saw 0 goals for 2 teams in the second. Here's Teixeira. Contact, and Willie B comes out, makes a sliding save. There was off-ball interaction between Alex Sanchez and Kyle Genrich, and then there's Genrich getting shoved in the face again. It's a blue card on Oscar Flores. It happened just to the right of the screen. Kyle Genrich was just running back on defense, and Flores pushed him in the face, I think is what I saw.
Push and shove, exactly, Arnav, back to back. And that's what he gets, blue card.
And the challenge flag comes out from head coach Marcio Leite and this Milwaukee side. It seemed pretty clear from up here. You saw Genrich get shoved, he fell to the ground. It was well away from the play, but they will send this one to video review. With 90 seconds to go, you'll hear from the refereeing crew. In just a short moment, they'll grab the mics. So it's a refereeing crew. Elvis Ismanovich, Stephen Foster, Kit Hutchinson, and Steve Southwell. The 4 referees, they'll take a look at the incident here. We'll see if we have an angle on it, because it did happen off screen of that main camera just to the right around midway on the field. And here's what we'll get a look at. Flores and Genrich were running away from the play. And you can't see anything with that angle. You just see Genrich on the ground hyping up the crowd. We'll see if there's anything else. And we can see if there is an angle at all, because it happened so far off the play. You see Howard Miller celebrating the blue card there. And they're checking every single angle they can to see if there is anything that they can look at. And confirmation, there's just no evidence to take away the call, so the call stands for Milwaukee. It happened right in front of one of the referees. I think that's a tough one to challenge there for head coach Marcio Leite. So Utica City heads to the power play, 3 for 14 on the season, 2 for 8 at home, in what is statistically the second worst power play unit in the MASL, ahead of only Empire, who are 1 for 8 on the campaign. So now, Everton Moreira is having a conversation with Marcio Leite, and again, we'll have some conversation here from the refereeing crew. So you hear there, yellow card to the Milwaukee assistant coach. We don't know if it's Jonathan Greenfield or Marcel Feenstra who are handed the yellow, but I mean, you can't open the bench and go out and try and talk to the referees. So 2-minute power play for Utica City FC as we close out this third quarter. And head into the fourth, UCFC trail by 1. It's reckless challenge, the official call. And just an unfortunate challenge, as here's Gerson. Belliard has some space. Pinal. 1 minute to go in the third. Utica on the power play. Belliard. Back to Belliard. Looking for space. Doesn't have anything. We'll go down to Pinal. 50 seconds on the power play. Pinal. Genrick was a step behind the play in front. And now here's a breakaway. Short-handed opportunity. Steinwasser all alone. And he scores! Short-handed goal for the Wave. It's 6-4. And Steinwasser celebrates around the ball. A breakout opportunity gone right for Milwaukee. And with only 4 on the field, Steinwasser makes it 6-4.
The way the Wave defended that power play was exceptional, though. Shifting from left to right, not giving any pockets of space for Pinal or for Gerson to shoot, and that's what they get. Well done on the Wave side.
So 33 seconds of power play soccer. Utica after giving up the shorthanded goal. Steinwasser, the unassisted goal. Utica need one on this power play to climb back in the game. Down by 2, 16 seconds left in the third. The power play will carry over if UCFC can't score. Belliard, 10 seconds. Shot deflected up into the netting for a Utica restart from the corner. 7 seconds, maybe set something up here and try and go for goal. Hit a rebound. Probably the game plan here for Utica. Not much time on the clock. You don't want to give Milwaukee another shorthanded chance. Gerson stands over this one. Gerson rolls it, took a deflection in front. Cleared long. Out of play. We'll wait to see what they call here. And all the way back into the Utica attacking zone with 2.6 seconds. Now you take a shot, you hope for a deflection if you're Utica. Surprised we don't see Amadi out there. Instead it's Spur. Genrick. And blocked away by Milwaukee. That'll take us to the fourth quarter. The Wave score a shorthanded goal. And after 3 unanswered for Utica, it's 3 unanswered for the Wave. Milwaukee leads 6-4 at the end of 3. We'll be back after the break. You're watching MASL Soccer.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Milwaukee leads 6-4 over Utica City FC, but Utica start the fourth quarter on the power play for 34 seconds after giving up a shorthanded goal to Alex Steinwasser. We're watching musical chairs with a couple of mascots inside the Adirondack Bank Center. They played a halftime mascot soccer match, some of the most entertaining off-field stuff I think we've seen in the MASL for a while, as the team continues to prepare for a power play opportunity. Utica trail by 2, and Greg, you have to say you'd need a goal here on the power play for Utica City FC.
They need to make the most of these chances, absolutely. It's Utica are a man up. This is the chance to get one back and cut the deficit to 1.
So a couple of yellow cards and 1 blue card issued out in that third quarter. 1 to the coaching staff of Milwaukee. 1 to Mario Alvarez, who will start the third quarter in the penalty box for about 2 minutes. And also the penalty that was issued to Oscar Flores for a reckless challenge where he kind of shoved his hands into the face of Kyle Genrich and sent Genrich to the floor. Again, Milwaukee challenged that, but there wasn't really an angle to look at the incident because all 3 cameras here were pointed at the action happening on the ball and didn't catch Genrich and Flores' entanglement. It was right on the halfway line, right in front of one of the referees. And Milwaukee threw the challenge flag up pretty quickly, but to no avail. So 34 seconds of power play soccer. Milwaukee start with possession. I'll try to hold on for as long as possible as dumping the ball into the corner. Picked up by Alava. Utica can't break out. And shorthanded, Milwaukee hang on to possession. Shouts for handball against Utica, not given. 15 seconds. Utica need to advance on the power play with just 9 seconds in the man advantage. Silva recycling 5 seconds to go. We'll head back to even strength now. Alves rolled in front, Shalier and Willie B. Bit of a collision. Wave leads 6-4 and kill off a penalty. And now a chance to break. Here is Flores looking for the hat trick. Back to Steinwasser, who scored that shorthanded goal. Contact. Steinwasser saved by Wilkin at the doorstep. Second chance blocked off the line. Wilkin came up worse for wear on that save. But he's done enough to keep Utica within striking distance. Flores again saved by Wilkin. And he collects possession of the ball. That's 3 quick fire saves for Brian Wilkin, who is clutching and scratching to keep Utica within 2.
Not his first reflex save of the night, too. Well done on his part.
Big collision at the midway line. No foul called. Utica possess. Genrich, Spur. Angled up ahead. This one will bounce off the boards to Pinal. Rolled in front off the boards. Took an awkward bounce. No one there for Utica. All the way back to Brian Wilkin. 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Utica still trail by 2. Spur. Teixeira. Gerson. Scored a minute into the third quarter to kick off the second half for Utica, but quiet since then. He went off limping after scoring, but is back on the field now. Breakout opportunity for Sanchez. Andre Hain, cut out by Teixeira. Sliding in is Gerson, and he got clipped on the ankle again. That's twice now Gerson's been hit on that ankle. Shot goes wide for Milwaukee. Back to Ferdinand, who's got a goal today. His 4th of the season. He also has an assist in this one. Pressure coming from Utica. Battle at the midway line. Tavares comes away with it. Now here come Milwaukee. Back to Wilkin it goes. Angled ahead to Shalier. Hounded by Ferdinand. Shalier tosses one man back. And 3 Utica City players crash down. It's a breakaway the other way. Rolled out wide. Shot goes just high for Milwaukee. Great chance, and here's the break. Manny Silva with speed the other way. Already won today for Silva. And he drags this one wide to the left of Willie B. Contact on the back of Cam Will. And the Milwaukee native goes down. Cam Will, his 3rd appearance. Made 1 appearance last season, scored a goal. Played 1 year at UW Milwaukee, Cam Will, before going off and having a pretty successful music career. He's got 2 million streams across all platforms. And there's a challenge late for Milwaukee on Orozco. Rolled inside, here is Orozco. Orozco still searching for his first points of the season. Also searching for his first Utica City goal. It's his 3rd season playing with the team. Cutting wide, Genrick. Shot fired, saved away by Milwaukee. Off the boards, and Willie B reads it perfectly. 4.5 minutes down in the final quarter of action. A matchup that never fails to deliver some fireworks. Mario Alvarez will be released from his yellow card at the next dead ball. Pinal got away from 1, but not from 2. Advantage played. Here's Steinwasser. Hangs on to possession. A little bit of contact, and there's enough for a handball call on Wanalava. Should release Alvarez. He got the yellow card before the 5-minute mark. Excuse me, before the 2-minute mark. But because the ball hasn't gone out of play, they won't let him back in just yet. Have to wait for a bigger delay to allow Alvarez back on the field. Flores still searching for the hat trick. Shalier can't get it away. We'll get it now, Shalier. Out wide to Howard Miller. Miller has an overlapping Shalier. Will cut in and miss wide. Great look for Miller. I don't think he was expecting that much space. And the shot was dragged high and wide. Utica can't clear it away. Steinwasser. Shorthanded goal today for Milwaukee. And does well to hang on to possession. Now to Cam Will. His shot curling wide. Steinwasser, this is Javier Steinwasser. Overlapping run of Grant Michaels is not utilized, so Sanchez will reset. A little bit of pulling back behind the play, and it is a foul on Toy Tavares. No surprise on that call. Still no release for Mario Alvarez just yet, but Milwaukee golden opportunity here. It is Sanchez. We know what he can do with a dead ball opportunity. Here's Sanchez. Saved by Wilkin. Ticked off the fingertips of Brian Wilkin. Tavares up ahead. Silva. And Sanchez makes a play on defense. It's a lot of ground that Alex Sanchez covered. And here's Tavares the other way. What can Toy Tavares do? It's saved by Willie B. Silva. Reset to Shalier. Down low, Gerson, intended for Shalier. And a foul called on Gerson for an errant kick. Alvarez still stuck in the penalty box for Milwaukee. Kyle Crane the other way. Another reset for the Wave. A little bit of contact on Gerson, went down too easy for the referee's liking. Shalier wins it back. Chance to break for Belliard. There's some speed and physicality for Alex Steinwasser. And now hard contact behind the play. Belliard and Steinwasser entangled.
Smart play from Steinwasser, who knows exactly what he was doing, put himself in between the opponent and the ball.
Pass off the boards for Flores. Scored 2 in the first quarter, almost had the hat trick there. Inches wide. Steinwasser again. He's been excellent today for Milwaukee. And again, another foul called on Utica.
Utica finding themselves in positions where they need to commit 2-3 players on a single Milwaukee player, which leaves space open behind their defense. And the Wave have making the most of those chances. They need to make sure their man marking defense is on point.
Back to Ferdinand. 7.5 minutes to go. The next dead ball will be the media timeout. There's a good backheel flick by Ferdinand. Chance in front, and possession back with Utica. Wilkin can throw long and does. Looking for Pinal. Steinwasser diving header back to Willie B. That is great defending from Alex Steinwasser. It goes out of play on the other end, which will get us to the media timeout. But a great defensive stand to deny Pinal, and the Wave have a slim 2-goal lead heading into the final 7 minutes of play. Fourth quarter continues. You're watching the MASL. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Milwaukee leads 6-4 over Utica City with 7 minutes to play. If you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich every Friday on YouTube. That's MASL TV on YouTube. And Phil Levanko also stars in another MASL show. That's MASL Monday, every Monday night on MASL TV and YouTube and CBS Sports Collazo Network. Alex Pasavansky joins Phil Levanko to talk about special topics around the league, recap the weekend's games, and talk everything MASL. It's MASL Monday on YouTube and CBS Sports Collazo Network. Back inside the Adirondack Bank Center, Utica need 2 goals to tie this game and send it to overtime, and immediately ball goes long. 3-line violation against Utica City. With 7 minutes to go, Milwaukee will have possession at the yellow line. Alongside Greg Winston, I'm Arnav Pokrell. And right now, Alvarez back on the field after serving the yellow card. Him and Steinwasser connect, but turn it over. Breakaway for Utica. Pinal rolled ahead. Spur had a shot. Deflected wide. Flores, good flick out wide. To Sanchez, and Flores will get it back. His 2 first quarter goals made it 3-1 at the break, including a goal on the power play for Milwaukee. They also have a shorthanded goal from Steinwasser. Wilkin rolls it out to himself. Actually, it's left for Alves. 6.5 minutes to go and counting. Wilkin steps up the field now. Net is empty. Brian Wilkin still on the field. Howard Miller took contact right through the chest of Javier Steinwasser, and a foul called. Wilkin scored a goal against Tacoma last weekend. No stranger to shooting the ball as a goalkeeper. Here's another look at the Miller foul. Just a little extra shove there from Steinwasser. Loose in front for Shalier. And Wilkin will hang on to possession through contact. Well done by Brian Wilkin. Out to Silva. Alava. Essentially 6 attackers, but one of them is Brian Wilkin, the goalkeeper for Utica City FC. Net is empty right now with 5.5 to go. Gerson. Rolled long. Alava tracks it down. This is the risky run with Brian Wilkin as far ahead as he is. Great attacking option. But now the net's empty. If Milwaukee can clear the yellow line, they've got a good look at goal. Teixeira. Down the boards. Took a couple of players on. Foul called against Teixeira the other way. Five minutes to go, and even with the advanced play of Brian Wilkin, no shots there for Utica City. Some incidental contact on the ball. And again, Utica send Brian Wilkin forward. Genrick conducting play out to Silva. Genrick again. All the way down to Tavares. Blocked away. And now Milwaukee can shoot if they'd like the angle. Mike De Silva finds Steinwasser. Steinwasser's going to go for goal. And he's just high. Wilkin catches it off the boards. And we'll call a timeout for Utica. UCFC trails 6-4. The Wave hanging on by a thread. Numbers forward for Utica City FC. And Greg, it feels like now is the time for UCFC to really push ahead, try and get someone in a scoring position, because we haven't seen many shots on goal from the home side.
The way they're going to get that done is by taking players on one-on-one, whether it's Steinwasser or anyone else on the Wave side. As long as Utica keep passing around the defense and not going through them, that's really how they're going to get into scoring opportunities if they pass that yellow line. But right now, Utica just going round and round and not allowing for enough space for a shot. Great defense on part of the Wave. And as of right now, Utica, not many shots to signal with 4 minutes 31 left in the quarter.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can also stream games live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand, where you can clip it, share it, and live it again. Make sure you favorite your team to get instant updates on every single game. 6-4 lead for the Wave, 4.5 minutes to go, in a game that feels ever so important for Utica City FC, who are trailing well behind everyone else in the MASL, including the two teams in 6th and 7th, who both have 14 points. That's 5 points more than UCFC. Feels like these types of games where Utica had a lead for a moment but then gave it up are those crucial moments.
Next week, too. Big game coming up with Utica playing against Kansas City. league leaders.
Milwaukee, after this game, will host Kansas City, then travel to Tacoma, Empire, and Baltimore. Utica on the 5th of February would go to Empire, and then at San Diego that weekend before returning home for a back-to-back against Baltimore and St. Louis. Baltimore and St. Louis, the two teams that everyone's ahead of Utica in the standings, but Baltimore, St. Louis, and Empire are the three teams that are directly above UCFC, so you'd like to pick up some points against them. Of course, you'd like to pick up points in any game if you're the home side. Milwaukee, on the other hand, looking to close down a 6-point gap at the top of the table with much fewer games played than Kansas City. Milwaukee could very well lead the league if the games in hand go the way of the Wave. Here's Alves. 3 assists today for Gio Alves. Gets it back. Out to Genrich. His shot blocked in front. And the clearance by Milwaukee to avoid the 3-line violation. With 4 minutes to go, it is going to be 4 minutes of constant pressure from Utica. Alves, the extra attacker, has that white jersey on. Rolled in to Spur. He'll get the return pass. Has Gerson down low. Great defensive effort to clear it away. Alves will track this one back down. 30 seconds of the final 4 minutes have gone. Utica still no shots on Willie B in what feels like an eternity. Genrich. Pinal can take it on the volley. It's deflected into the netting and out of play.
That's better from Genrich, though. Those passes that break lines are exactly what Utica need, and that was a great initiative on his part.
Rolled out, intended for Silva. Instead, Genrich will have it. He'll drill this one, and it's saved by Willie B. Acrobatic effort from the goalkeeper to keep it a 2-goal Wave lead. Gerson sets up from the corner spot. Rolled in front, it took a bounce off Steinwasser's foot. Hooked high into the air, brought down well by Genrich. Alves. Back to Genrich. A little bit of space to drive forward. Second-year player from Comac, New York, in the Long Island area. Rolled through. Pinal just high. Silva will get it back. Ball roll outside, off the boards. It'll fall for Genrich. Another great save. Second chance wide. Willie B standing on his head with 2.5 to go. Deflected into the netting yet again. This is a goalkeeping clinic put on by Willie B. Here's Gerson. Pinal blocked away. Amati on the volley, just wide. Alves to Silva. He's off the boards and into the netting. And Willie B can reset. And it is a kick in from the corner. And Milwaukee calls timeout. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. But there's the offense from Utica. We were expecting a lot earlier on in that quarter. We finally see it come to play.
Unfortunate that it comes at this time, but good Utica putting on more and more pressure on Willie B. 3-4 saves consecutively. Let's see if the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds can promise any goals and potentially an overtime.
William Banahene has a 67% save percentage on the season. He's averaging 6.12 goals against average in his 12 appearances this year. Played 3 quarters against St. Louis before making way for Gerardo Perez to come in. And actually, Perez was credited with the victory. That was an overtime win for Milwaukee last weekend against St. Louis to close out the weekend slate of games. 3 games on tap today in the MESL. Alongside this one, it was Empire taking on Baltimore. And then the nightcap in the MESL is Tacoma and San Diego out on the West Coast. Kickoff for that one at 6 p.m. Right now, the Blast are dominating Empire 7-2. The scoreline in the fourth quarter there. So 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Utica trail by 2. 1 goal changes everything in this game. especially if that goal comes quick for Utica. Playing without captain Logan Roberts. Breakout rookie Tyson Santos also out with an injury. Cole Stevens out with illness after he scored 2 in the first game of the Tacoma doubleheader, the back-to-back games. So he's dealing with illness for Utica. Here's Howard Miller. Net is empty again. The extra attacker in Gio Alves is on. Gerson leaves it for Alves. 2 minutes to go. Miller down the boards. Took a deflection in front. Rolled ahead. Here's Steinwasser. He can go straight to goal and does. And Alex Steinwasser, the empty netter, makes it 7-4. Composure from Steinwasser, took a touch to free up some space, and Gio Alves caught well out of the goal.
Seems like it might be too little, too late for Utica with 1:50 left on the clock.
They'll keep Alves out there with the extra attacker. He's in the white jersey. But need a miracle here for the home side to come away with a victory. Back to Alves. 100 ticks of the clock left inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Pinal shrugs off his man. Still Pinal, 90 seconds to go. Rolled in front, the backheel flick from Gerson. Not in time. Willie B hangs on. Looking long to Steinwasser, brought down by Spur. Silva. Need at least one quickly here if you're Utica. Spur left for Silva. Alves tracks it down. Alves will fire and score. Well, there's 67 seconds left, and Utica trail by 2. And Gio Alves is having himself a game. 3 assists and now a goal. 4-point outing. Outside of the foot finish for Gio Alves.
Toe poke, seems like it surprised Willie B from how far it was, but what was needed for Utica to come back and cut it to a 2-goal deficit.
Quickly taken forward by Milwaukee. One back by Utica. Foul called with 1 minute to go. A 2-goal deficit for Utica City FC. Out comes Gio Alves. Extra attacker is on. Utica's having some trouble with who's coming out on the field right now. With 50 seconds to go, can't even break into the Milwaukee attacking half. There's a foul on Steinwasser. Might see a card here, and it is a yellow for Javier Steinwasser. Kind of saw him clapping. And if the referees think you're clapping at the referees, that is a yellow card. So, the end confirmation, non-power play for Utica, just a yellow card for dissent. Quickly in for Utica. 43 seconds, need at least one to make it a game. Amati, Silva, Alves, Pinal, rolled in front and scored! Now 31 seconds, it's 6-7. Is there a miracle left in this one for Utica? Two goals in a matter of 20 seconds to take it from 4-7 to 6-7. This one from Pinal. And a timeout called on the floor.
Shot from Pinal just deflected in front of Willie B. Turns it in inadvertently.
I think it wasn't off the foot of a Utica player, so Pinal gets a goal. He'll get the credit. I mean, look at the energy in terms of Utica. Looked a little dejected after going down 4-7, but somehow 2 quick goals, and now there's belief in this Utica side.
31 seconds is more than enough time to turn things around.
And it's another assist for Gio Alves. That is 1 goal, 4 assists for Alves. It's a 5-point night for Utica City's number 7. I mean, what a performance from him. He dragged Utica back into the game after Utica struggled offensively. It's been a career day for him.
And he's a big-time player when he faces the Wave. I'm sure you remember last time out against the Wave when it was that 8-7 win. Who scored the last-minute winner? Gio Alves.
He's got the extra attacker jersey on now. Is there one final moment of madness in this game? "31 seconds to decide a winner in a matchup that always provides entertainment." Think back to last season. Alex Steinwasser picked the ball off at midfield, and with 0.1 seconds left on the clock, he won the game for Milwaukee on an empty net. The last time these two teams met, Tyson Santos capped off 5 unanswered goals to send the game to overtime, where Gio Alves scored a shorthanded overtime winner. And now, after trailing 4-7 with about 90 seconds to go in the game, Utica 2 quick-fire goals and half a minute to make a miracle come true. Quickly forward by Steinwasser. He goes down. Foul called right away. Utica can't believe it. Steinwasser may have been looking for that a little bit. It went down really early. And something to note, Brian Wilkin is out of the net. It's Gio Alves. He's got the different jersey on, so he can still use his hands when he's in the box. Contact foul called on Genrick. 20 seconds to play. Ahead to Alves. 20 seconds to go. Pinol just wide. 13 seconds. Alves has to hustle with 10 seconds. Clock is ticking down. He just has to send it long. Genrick, 5 seconds to go. It goes long, and it's cut away by Milwaukee. And the Wave will come away with a regulation victory. 7-6 the final score. But that's not for lack of drama in this one. Utica so close to a miraculous comeback, trailing 3 goals in the final 90 seconds, made it interesting at the end. But it is Milwaukee to come away with a victory. And the Alex Steinwasser empty netter is the difference. And an incredible battle between two teams on different ends of the MASL standings. And this is what indoor soccer is about, Greg. It was a great gutsy performance by both sides.
Tough loss on the part of Utica, but a logical decision in the end, with the Wave dominating and having more shots on goal than Utica at the end of the day.
16 shots on goal for the Wave, 10 save night for Brian Wilkin. Willie B made some incredible stops on the back end, especially when Utica went to the extra attacker. But in the end, it's 3 points in the standings, and a crucial 3 points, because it brings Milwaukee to 24 points on the season, just 3 behind Kansas City, with a couple of games in hand. On the comments, Milwaukee could very well see themselves first in the MASL if things go right for the Wave. We'll send it down to the field. Michael Lear, along with 5-point night Gio Alves on the floor.
Gio, you're the Manja Macrinans man of the match. You were out there for, had to be 5 minutes at the end of that game as the extra man. How tough is it to battle back and nearly come back and win this thing?
I mean, this league is really hard, especially when a team is well coached and experienced guys. But every day we getting better, step by step, young group. But if you can see, the chemistry is better, and we're gonna step forward in practice and see what we have to work on and get better in the next game.
Yeah, I think the fans probably don't see what's going on in the locker room, but they know that this is a group of guys that you all love, and there's a lot of chemistry, as you were saying. What can you say about the group you're playing with right now?
Well, I love these guys, and especially they're very, very young when it comes to indoor. And I believe in this group. We should look forward for the future, because 2-3 years, this group is gonna do something special.
All right, well, Manja Macrinans does have a slice of pizza for you. Grab one of those.
There's Michael Lear down on the field.
Make the bib that matches. Look at that.
With Gio Alves to close out the game. A 7-6 victory for Milwaukee in regulation over Utica City FC. We'll be right back after a quick break on MASL TV.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center as we put a bow on this one. 7-6 Milwaukee win in regulation. And how crucial of a win is that? Well, it pushes Milwaukee 3 points behind league leaders Kansas City and a couple of games in hand for the team from Wisconsin alongside Greg Winston. I'm Arnav Pokrell. Greg, a gutsy battle by Milwaukee. Led early on, trailed at one point, and then found a way to get it done.
Milwaukee had the offensive power coming in, and they showed it. They were more clinical, they were efficient, and most importantly, they were aggressive on the offensive and on the defensive side. Offensively pressuring high, and defensively keeping their shape even when they were shorthanded with that Steinwasser goal.
And it seems like the same story all over again for Utica City FC. You have these stretches where the team plays extremely well. The defense was there in the second quarter. The first half of the third quarter, the offense got it done, and then something clicks and the team falls apart, and Milwaukee scored 3 goals to close out the third.
Momentum is so important with this Utica team, but this is where you saw the logic behind the game, and the Wave was just a much stronger team than Utica, and closing out the game on top. Logic respected.
That'll do it from the Adirondack Bank Center. Thank you guys for tuning in. For all of us involved in the broadcast production, all of our camera operators, our producers, Reed Poland and Caroline Cornelli, and the man to my left, Greg Winston. I'm Arnav Pokrell saying so long from the Adirondack Bank Center. Drive safe, be good to one another. We'll see you for Utica's next home game, which is February 15th on Sunday against Baltimore.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.